Hey, this is Sandy. I'm out here in the backyard. I thought I'd do it out here this afternoon. Wanted to talk to you, Sandy Rodriguez, main Big Idea Mastermind.com. But I wanted to talk to you today about judging. And I don't know if you do it. Do you judge a book by its cover? Do you judge people before you even think about it, or you judge a situation? There are a lot of stereotypes, and there's a lot of common ones. One of them, I noticed that one time, back in the 90s, there was a situation where one of the gals that used to be a secretary for my boss found out there was an opening in the budget section of this area and asked me if I'd put in a good word for her because she had gone down to payroll. So I did, and the guy was trying to remember her, and then he finally said, "Oh yeah," he goes, "Debbie." He's like, "Fat Debbie." Really wanted to hit him. So he didn't hire her, even though I was like, what does her size have to do with anything? She's really good, she's really loyal. Well, he did actually wind up hiring somebody, and she was pretty darn sexy, I'll tell you that much. Well, she wound up sleeping with his boss. He ticked her off. He got pretty much shoved out of the way. So he was no longer working there. And she's done well for herself in that place. I got to this place, and I showed up 6 weeks away from having my last baby, and nobody would even talk to me. It was just weird. I was an intern, and it took me about 6 months. But when I finally lost the weight from my last pregnancy, suddenly it was okay to talk to me. Really ticked me off. I was like, wow, same person that I was when I was heavy is what I'm like. So don't judge people just because they're a little heavy. Let them be the person they are. If they're, whoever they are, man or woman. Actually, they don't usually, okay, here's my stereotype. They don't usually judge men as much as they do women about being heavy. Okay, moving on to other stereotypes. And I'm cheating, so I gotta remind myself of all of these because I really hate stereotypes. Aggressive women, I consider them what I'll call biatch, just because they're aggressive. I actually went and looked this up a little bit just to see what the stereotypes were, because I didn't want to go into Latino or black or whatever. I was like, I thought I'd just do the male-female thing. One stereotype, women are not good at math. Well, same family, two of us, my brother and I, we were fighting for that A in calculus. So, the other two sisters, not so good at math. Nor was my mom. My dad was. So I guess I am the stereotypical, non-stereotypical, at least in my family. Women aren't supposed to speak out, which is so not me. If I see a problem, I'll ask questions. If I ask too many questions, especially if they seem anti-whatever, then I am labeled a negative person. So be it. You know what? I'll always champion the underdog, and I'll always speak the truth, and I'll always ask the questions that need to be asked. I've never been afraid to ask questions. So women not asking questions, at least not this woman. And I know quite a few women, really strong women, which I'm really proud to know. All blondes are dumb. And what was the other one? And one, snobs. Definitely not a snob. And I have been told many a time by people that get to know me that they were afraid to get to know me because they thought I might be a snob. And I'm like, that sucks to be stereotyped. Gossipy. Women are gossipy. Oh my gosh. I've stayed so far out of the fray of that stuff because I don't want to know, because I don't want to get into that. There were these guys back in Indianapolis. It was amazing. They were like, they would have these little lunch breaks, or not even lunch break, I think it was like breaks during the day and run down and find out what all the gossip was. And this guy would come back and tell me. I'm thinking, I don't want to know what the gossip of this giant building up here. So yeah, women are the only gossips? I don't think so. Women are lightweights when it comes to drinking. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can drink most men under the table. Not that I'm proud of that. I'm just saying that I know I've said it before. I have my CPA, my MBA, my master's. Well, it is MBA. I strived forever to get my dad's attention, to be proud of me. And I'm just saying this story because this is like insane, and many, many, many years ago. So anyway, I strived. I wanted it. Every time my sisters would bring home D's or an F or something, I'd be like, hey, you. A's, check it out, man, A's. And my mom would say, yeah, well, we know you could do that. I'm like, but can't you give me a little attention? Well, I did finally get my dad to say he was proud of me. I was home from, I was visiting, and I think my sister was pregnant. We were having a shower, and we were out partying. I was, my parents at first, and then they went home. My other sister went home. My brother and I went out partying a little bit, and then he quit on me. I'm like, man, I'm still ready to go. So I dropped him off, and again, years ago, before all that law stuff about driving. So I see the American Legion. It was at like this crossroad to get back to my in-laws' place, and I see my dad's car there. So I'm like, this is where he wanted my West Point wedding. Maybe I should check out what this place looked like. So I'm buzzing. I guess you got to buzz to get in. And they let me in. We close down the bar. I drive home. And my dad, next time he talked to me, he goes, you drove home after drinking that much? I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, I live in a twisted world. Okay. Women are bad drivers. Well, not even drunk. I'm not a bad driver. I'm a crazy driver. I'm aggressive crazy, but I am a really good driver, and I know my peripheral. So never have been a bad driver. I'm always a good driver. And there are some, I think drivers are just like whatever. Oh, here's a one on driving, stereotyping. The guy's driving really fast or cutting you off or whatever, and then you're really upset. Don't get upset. Just assume that the person is driving because his wife just called and he's gonna have a baby, or maybe it's a woman driving and she's really needing medical attention or something. You know, like maybe a scorpion ran up her leg and bit her, and she thought she had 5 minutes to live. It could happen. Just saying. Anyway, don't get upset. Just assume something is really important, and don't wish bad things on them. I think that comes back to haunt you. Okay, what are the other ones? Women like chick flicks. Well, I do like chick flicks, but I really love those action-packed, really cool guy kind of things. That's probably why God gave me 3 boys, because those are really cool. I don't like war ones. I don't like sad ones, but yeah, I like the blockbuster stuff. That's what I see with Scotty. We try to see some blockbuster movie every month. And oh, here's one against men. Men are slobs. Oh my gosh, so not true. If you put my Jessie up against me, yeah, I'm getting better. This year has been my ultimate. Didn't worry about weight. I just wanted to worry about organizing. And I will say now it is the end of June, 6 months into this, and I'm rocking this. I'm actually being organized and knowing where things are. It's kind of nice for a very scattered brain ADD person I am. So my thought for the day is don't judge people. Matter of fact, well, here's one. Scotty would, when he was little, and for those who haven't seen my previous videos, Scotty is autistic. Well, when he was real little, what a nightmare to go around with him. Les Brown, I was in Hawaii, and he spoke, and he talked about how And I never even thought that this was something that that was the problem. Sorry, neighbors. But apparently the fluorescent lights, his godson could hear the fluorescent lights. It was like driving him crazy and making him scream and stuff. I'll never ever forget Scotty was screaming at me in like a Walgreens or something and scratching my hand and begging for me to let go of him. He was screaming, let me go, help me, let me go. And I was just exhausted. I think he was like 3 years old, 3.5 maybe. And I really thought for sure somebody should stop me and ask me, is this my son? They didn't ask me. Nobody asked me. Swear to God though, if they asked me, I was going to say, here, you can have him. I was that exhausted. But the saddest part to this day, I remember that nobody asked me. Nobody helped that poor child. Although it was me that needed the help, really, because he was scratching me. But I love him. I never thought about the fluorescent lights possibly was bothering him, and so I brought it on, and I guess I deserved to get my hand scratched, bitten. I'm not sure else it did that day, but I felt so bad because nobody wanted to help him. But don't judge, because there was a young lady that was years later saying to me in a line, because this other woman was having problems, kid was screaming and being bad, and she goes, oh, if that were my kid, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, don't do that. Because you don't know if that child's autistic. You don't know if that child is sick. And just the mother's doing everything she can to get home. Trust me. Mother doesn't want this, or father. I won't even stereotype that it's just the mother. But they just want to go home, too. They really do. They don't want to be there. They're not going to start smacking the kid. But, you know, the kid could be just tired, could be sick, could be autistic. Just don't judge. Just, you know, be loving. Ah! Okay, okay, now the thing is on the camera. Okay, I'm going to go now. More bees come out. Everybody have a good day. And I didn't say anything about mainbigideamastermind.com, but I should. So join our team. We're doing this video challenge, and this is to get me out of my shell in front of the camera. So you all have a good day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.